major spoilers for literally every single episode of Attack on Titan. Yeah, don't watch this if you haven't finished the show. Attack on Titan is not just one of the greatest animes ever made, but can easily be considered to be one of the greatest shows ever made. Ask the average anime nerd and just look at those reviews and they all say the same thing. Along with anything that starts, it has to end. As a follower and absolute massive fan of the series, I was genuinely petrified of the final episode to come out, because from manga readers, I've literally only heard negative reviews about the ending. And I already suffer PTSD from Naruto Shippuden, so you can understand where this fear was born. So I sat down in my room, playing Elden Ring on November 4th, patiently waiting for the episode to drop at midnight. And finally, it released. And I was genuinely so confused. I had to watch an ending explained video just to understand what was hateable about this ending. And I somewhat understand why somebody could dislike this. However, I completely disagree with the statement that this ending is objectively bad. From the moment that this series started, Hajime Isayama knew exactly how he wanted it to end. As watchers, we didn't really understand where it was going. However, he teased us for 4 seasons long, and finally, at the very end, we finally understood where it was going. In the seamlessly never-ending cycle of hate, whether that hatred be passed down from generation to generation, or that own hatred blooming itself, there's no initial act of hate. There is no villain, because everyone is the villain. Everyone is the bad guy. It may easily seem endless, however, someone stepped up and ended it. Eren Yeager is just as layered as the word Worcestershire. But the difference between Eren Yeager and the word
Worcestershire
is that Eren Yeager makes perfect sense. He's masterfully written and is truly the, in all meanings of the word, perfect protagonist for this story. Every step and action that Eren makes is just perfectly in character, from the moment he's on screen to the end. It may not seem like it at times, but in the end, it all fits together like a fat cat in a cardboard box. At the end of Season 4, Part 1, Eren expresses his hate towards Armin and Mikasa, which, from a viewer standpoint, and Armin and Mikasa's standpoint, makes no sense. Throughout the season, everyone understandably struggles with this reality, considering it seemingly came out of nowhere. And then, the moment that clicked in for a lot of viewers and a lot of characters was the absolutely insane event that was the... This monstrosity of an act made it hard for viewers to still believe that there's any hope for Eren, but only up until the final moments do we realize Eren's true intentions. Eren had the power of the founding Titan, and that includes the ability to manipulate time. He had to make the decision that would result in something that is closest to peace. He, not wanting to, decided to sacrifice his own life, start the rumbling, and kill 80% of humanity to maintain peace with the last 20%. The sacrifice is the absolute best solution to this cycle of hatred. If he did nothing, then we already saw what happened. Marley would have released an all-out attack on Paradisia, which would most likely continue on the never-ending war. If you dislike the ending of Attack on Titan, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're wrong, because you aren't. You are completely entitled to your own opinion, but in no way is this objectively a bad ending. The characters and the individual actions and motives make perfect sense. For example, Eren loves Mikasa and wants to be with her, however doing so, as we saw, would end up in the termination of Paradisia. So his love for her and selfishness caused this very controversial panel.
Wow. Oh, bro. Oh my god! I stinks!
Which many people like, many people hate, many people don't know how to feel about it. Me, I really like this panel. Not out of the ordinary from any of the other ones, but it just, along with almost everything else in this manga, just makes sense. You know, the people who hate this really sound like the people who dislike the character of Kratos in the new installment of the God of War games, because he isn't the angry savage that he was in the initial games. But, like, of course he's not. What, would you rather him be the same boring one-dimensional I am angry character for every single game and have absolutely no character progression? Of course he's the way he is. Some people just hate change and really love simple one-dimensional characters, and that's fine. Or if not that, then people fall in love with the idea of a character, and when they find out that that character inevitably changes, they're not happy. We have no right to say that it is objectively bad, because let me just say it isn't. For instance, an objectively bad ending is Naruto Shippuden. that plot twist was egregious. That plot twist was objectively bad. We have never heard of this character, and just out of nowhere, she just pops up and she's the main villain, the final villain that we have to beat. It's stupid, it's boring, it makes no sense. We've literally never heard about this character once in the entire show. At the beginning of Naruto Shippuden, we literally hear the names Madara Uchiha, and in the end, it makes sense that he's the villain because he's been hyped up since the beginning of Shippuden. But instead, they throw him in the trash for no reason and bring out a new character for no reason. And we just have to sit there and accept it. Like, no, that is objectively bad, whether you like it or not. For instance, if you head over to my Letterboxd, you can see that Nacho Libre is top 20 movies for me. I know that this movie is not on the level of cinematic masterpiece of Pulp Fiction, but why is it right next to Pulp Fiction? Because I like it just as much as I do Pulp Fiction. I know 100% that objectively Pulp Fiction is much better than Nacho Libre. However, I still love Nacho Libre just as much. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this topic, or just let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the ending, because I personally loved it. I thought it was extremely well done. You guys like the ending? If not, why? Let's talk about it. For me, this ending was everything I wished for, and I personally could not ask for more. I truly don't know when we'll get another beautiful, perfect show like Attack on Titan again. But all we can do is cross our fingers and sit patiently. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.